here and start my recording for today's session. Fine. So, agenda for today. Okay. First of all, we will see what is this iterator concept. Okay. Question is why we use iterator. Okay. So, in the previous class yesterday, Vandan has taught you that you have to use for each loop. Okay. To print the elements from the array list. Okay, I hope you all know how to print the elements from the array list using for each loop and using hash set as well. Okay, so there is one more way by which we can print the elements present, okay, inside the array list with the help of this concept. So what, let me write it. We can retrieve the elements present inside, okay, let me write it correct, present inside the array list using iterator concept. Okay, so ठीक है, sorry. So what I will do, okay, in second I will be also taking the doubts. So Anbrasu has some doubts, I will discuss once I will cover this topic. Okay, so before this topic, okay, before explaining what is iterator, I will be taking you to one concept, which is this one. Okay, actually I have got a query that someone was asking that what is the difference if we write like this and what is the difference if we write like this. So how many people have issues with this statement in this class? Are you also confused or you are able to understand? Anyways, I will discuss it, but just wanted to know. See, this is a interface. Here we are creating the object of the class. This is a class, but here we are assigning reset at the left hand side. So is it confusing for some of you or not? At least say yes or no, so I will be able to know. Feel free to ask. Yeah, I am saying that uh, some people think, see, this is an interface. Okay, let me, this is an interface. Okay, so I am writing interface here. I am making the object of class here. Okay, after reset braces will be there. Okay, I forgot to put it. So this is a class, but here you can see that I am creating the object like this. So what is the basic difference? People think that this statement, first statement, is wrong, but it is a correct statement. Okay, so I am trying to explain what is the basic difference between these two statements. Okay, so are you also confused with this or are you clear? This is what I want to know from you. Anyways, I will explain it. Okay, anyone? Sanjeevi, Vimal, Saeed? Okay, so Vimal is first class. Okay, I was thinking that I have never seen you before in this class. Okay, so Vimal, uh, okay, we will discuss it. So Vimal is first class. So Vimal, are you know the basics of, do you know the basics of Java? Okay, no issues. So what I will do, as of now, you should, okay, I don't know if I continue from here. We will take separate session, okay, if I will be free. So as of now, you can just go through the lecture, okay, what I'm trying to explain. Fine. Okay, so Syed, are you clear with this, that how these, what is the difference between these two statements? Where it is? Okay, okay. So this is what I was asking. Okay, so some people have issues with this. So I will try my best because I have also faced this issue when I was learning Java. Okay, so let me first remove this. So actually both the statements are correct. Okay, this one and this one. So okay, so I was saying, first of all, you should understand this. You know that this is an interface, this is an interface, set is an interface, okay, and this is a class, tree set is a class which is implementing this set interface. Implementing means whatever the methods, abstract method I will say, as you know that interface have abstract method, okay, means method definition is not provided here, okay, definition will be provided by this tree set class which will implement this set method, sorry, interface. So what I was saying, first of all, you should look carefully that here we are not creating the object of interface. See, interface have abstract method, okay, so this is the reason you will not be able to create the object of interface, but it is possible to create, okay, as I'm saying that not possible to create the object of interface. So but you can see we will easily create the object of class, and I hope you all are comfortable that how you have to create the object of class in Java, okay. So first of all, I think we should consider this statement, then I will come to this, okay. This, first of all, look this second. So here what we are saying, see, this is a class, again I am saying tree set is a class, this is a class, and this is also a class. So here we are simply creating the object, and suppose our object is ts. So our object is ts, okay, and our object is ts. So okay, after that, what I was saying, see, as you know that this, suppose this set interface, assume, okay, suppose this set interface has 10 method. I am just saying assume, maybe there are many methods in this, but as of now assume there are 10 methods. And as you know, in the interface, method functioning of the method is not present, okay, they are just the method, but they do not have any code. The coding of the methods will be provided in this class tree set, okay. So if this class tree set will implement this interface, so it is mandatory for this tree set class that it will implement all the methods, all the 10 methods present in this. It will going to implement, this is for sure, it will implement all the 10 methods, okay. Implement, it will surely going to implement 10 methods. So this class will have 10 methods as well, but the functioning of this method will be defined here. But don't you think that this class will going to have another methods as well? Okay, so this class I will show you as well that this class will have another methods as well. But as of now, understand that suppose this class have 5 more method, this class have 5 more method, okay. So these five methods which are already present in this tree set class, okay, are not coming from this interface, okay. What I'm saying, these 5 methods are already present in this tree set class and which are not coming from this set interface. So total we have 15 methods in this tree set class, okay. So 5 methods are already present in this tree set class, and the 10 methods are coming from this interface, and it is implementing these 10 methods of the interface. So we have total 15 methods in our tree set class, okay. So as of now, clear to you all? Okay, so let first come to this second one, tree set ts equals to new tree set. So if we create first we have created the object like this. If I put dot operator, you know that with the help of object you can call the method. So as we have created the object of this class, so it has 15 method. So if you create the object like this, tree set ts equals to new tree set, then you have the capability, this object has the capability to use all the 15 methods, okay. So as soon as you put dot operator, all the 15 methods will be displayed here, okay. So suppose the count is total 15 methods are present, okay. So this is one way. So you are able to call this method which are coming from the interface, which is 10 methods, and you are also able to call these methods as well if you create the object like this. But what if you create the object like this, okay. suppose my object name is obj. Okay, so here again I am saying that we are not creating the object of this interface. This is an interface, but object is created with the help of this keyword, new keyword. Okay, so okay, here braces are also present. So I am saying we are creating the object of this class, but at this time this object is of type set, which is an interface. So what will happen after creating the object? You know that with the help of object you can call the method. Object is again created for this class tree set. Okay, but this time the reference is set. Okay, set is the reference for this object. So what will happen? After that you will be able to call all these 10 methods. See, method is already implemented here. If you write like this, then 10 methods will display here. All the 10 methods you will be able to call if you write like this, if you make an object like this. But you will not be able to call these 5 more methods which are present in this class. So this way you can see this class, this line is saying that, let me write it here. See on the below of my screen, I am talking about this first line. Okay, set obj equals to new tree set. This line is simply saying that you can call every method present in the class set, but you will not be able to call methods which are not coming from the interface, and our interface is set. As of now you can see that 5 methods are not coming from the interface. It is already present in this tree set class. So all I am saying, you will not be able to call the methods which are not coming from the interface, and there are 5 such methods present. Okay, these 5 methods, as I have shown you here, these 5 methods are not coming from this set interface. They are a part of our this class, tree set class. Okay, but you will, let me make it little bit big, but you will be able to call those methods which are coming from the interface and implemented in tree set class. So you can call. Okay, so this is the basic difference. I will also show you on Eclipse editor how this is working. Okay, so as of now, is it clear to you all? Then I will come to my Eclipse editor as well. Syed, is it clear? Okay, so okay, someone is trying to join. Okay, so okay, someone has messaged me. Okay, so it is an old message. So what I was saying, let me open this. So I was saying that suppose I will also show you on Eclipse editor, but first understand here as well that these are the 2 methods, poll first and poll last. These are the 2 methods which are present inside this tree set class, this class. Okay, this is the class. These are the 2 methods present, and if you write ts dot, then you will see that you will be able to call these methods easily. Okay, because it is a part of the class tree set. But if you write set obj equals to new tree set, so you can see these are the methods present inside the class tree set, but these methods are not coming from the set interface. Okay, so if you write this is our object for set. If you write obj dot, then what will happen? You will not going to see these 2 methods here. Okay, you will not going to see these 2 methods here because these methods are not the part of the, these methods are not coming from the interface. They are already implemented in this class tree set. So here again I am saying that this first line is saying that you can call every method in the class tree set, okay, but you will not be able to call the methods which are not coming from the interface. And you can see these two methods are not coming from the interface, okay. So there are two such methods here, there are two, okay. Suppose here I have given 5 for explaining this, but here two methods are there, so you will not be able to call these two methods if you declare, okay, if you declare the object like this one, okay. So but you will be able to call all the methods which are present in this class, okay. So let me first come to Eclipse editor, then I will show you these two methods, okay, poll first and poll last as well, and how the implementation will change. So suppose if I write tree set ts equals to new tree set, let me open my Eclipse editor and I am removing this, okay, I have removed this. Then I will simply create the object of tree set, and I am saying it will store integer value, and ts is my object name, and with the help of new keyword I will create the object. See, this is my object is created. Okay, let me also import the package very quickly. Okay, this is the package from which this class is coming, so I have imported this. Let me put one more. Okay, so if I do like this ts dot, you can see that there are so many methods present here. Okay, one thing here to notice, you are seeing that it after add integer boolean, it is written treeset, tree set. It is saying that this method is already present in this class, okay, it is not coming from the set interface. Again I am saying that this add method is already defined and present in this tree set class, and it is not coming from the set interface. Likewise, this is already present, add all method is already present. You can see ceiling method is already present in this tree set class. But if you see this contains all, this method is an abstract method, it is coming from the set interface. You can see it is written here, set is written at the end, means this method is coming from the set interface, and in this class, in this tree set class, you are implementing this method, okay, means you are providing the body of method in this class, but this contains all method is coming from the set, okay. So this is one thing. And after that, if I write like this ts dot poll, you can see that these two methods are again, as I have explained you here as well, these poll first and poll last method are already present inside this class, okay, they are not coming from the interface. So if I open like this, you can see these two methods are present. These are the two methods which are already present in this class. I can use it as well, okay. So this is one thing. But if I write like this, see here the difference. If I write, suppose the object name is set, okay, so let me import this package. Here again what I am doing, I am just creating the object of this class, same like this, but here one thing I have changed, I have just said that this is my object, but it is of type set, which is an interface. So if you write set dot this time, you will see, if I write p, you will not see that this method, this poll first method will not be accessible here. Okay, let me, if I write it like this, you can see if I put dot, see it is started throwing an error, because this method is, because this line, this line is saying that you can execute each and every method present in this class, okay. This method, this poll first method is a method of this class tree set. As you can see here, this method is a method present in tree set class, but you will not be able to execute this method here because your reference type is of type interface, and in the interface this method is not present. So this is the reason here it is throwing error. So this is the basic difference between these two statements, and I hope you all are clear with it, and if no, then let me know. Syed, is it clear? Okay, no issue. Okay, what I am saying, you know that in interface there are abstract method, okay, means, and the class and the class will which implement the interface will provide the function of the method. Is it clear as of now? Okay, so here what it is happening, this what I will say, this is simple a class. If I write like this, ts dot, you can see poll first is a method, and after that you can see tree set is written here. Okay, this means that this method is not coming from the set interface. You know that this tree set implements the set interface as I have shown you in the diagram previously, but here you can see this method is already present in this tree set class. It is not coming from interface, so as it is a part of the class you can simply call it, which is fine. Okay, as of now is it clear? Okay, but here what I am doing, I am again creating the object of this class, but this time you can see this left hand side is little bit changed, and here I am using set interface, means the object, this is our object and its reference is passed to set. Suppose this is my object name. Okay, so but this object is of type set interface, so this line will say, let me write it here again. So what this line will make a difference, this line will say, line is saying, by writing like this, you will be able to call all the methods present in class tree set. Tree set is our class. Okay, so tree set, you will be able to call all the methods present in this class, tree set class, except those which are not a part of set interface. This is the difference that this line will make. As you know, again I am saying that let me open this again. This method is, you can, okay, this method is a already implemented in tree set class. It is not coming from the interface, so you can use it here, no issue. But here this line will saying that you will not be able to execute this method here if you write like this. Let me write it. This is poll first. Why you are not able to execute this statement if you write like this? Because this poll first method is not coming from the interface. This is actually a part of this class only. It is not coming from the interface, and due to interface set. Okay, so due to this reason you will not be able to call if you write like this. This is the difference. Okay, sure, are you sure? Okay, everyone is sure about that, how this, what is the difference? At least say yes or no, how I will know. Okay, that's good, Ambarasu. Sanjeevi, are you clear? Okay, so I hope everyone is clear. Okay, so actually I was before that, before the iterator, I have discussed this. So let me come to our this, why we should use iterator. Okay, means this is not the question that why we should use. We can use it. Okay, even we can do the same thing, but there is one more method that we can use iterator as well. Okay, we can use, and this the reason why I am explaining this concept to you as of now, because in Selenium what will happen, let me tell you. Okay, as you know that Selenium, okay, I am assuming that you don't know anything about Selenium. So Selenium will automate your Chrome browser. Okay, so what will we will do, we have to work on multiple windows, right? There can be so many windows. So at one point of time your whatever I say, your object will always refer to one this tab, but you have to switch between these multiple window, right? You have to go there, you have to go there, then suppose you have to go there, then with the help of the iterator concept you can switch between the tabs. Okay, so as of now you should not worry that what is this code, but you should understand this iterator so that you will not face any issue when we will deal with the multiple window in Selenium. Okay, so as of now I am removing this. So what is iterator and how we can use it? So let me open my Eclipse and I am removing this code. So okay, suppose I will start from array list. Okay, Okay, let me first come to my paint. Okay, so this is a interface. Okay, again I am saying this is an interface. I am writing, look, let me write it full. This is an interface, and the array list is a class. As you know, array list is a class which will going to implement this, uh, which will go, actually it will provide you one method. This has one method, abstract method. Okay, as it is an interface, so you can see it will provide you a method. Okay, let me write not like this with the help of this. So this will provide you a one method. Okay, this interface will provide you one method called iterator, and this iterator is an abstract method. It do not have any implementation detail, because uh, this class array list will implement this interface. So it is the duty. Okay, so where I was, okay, I was saying that this this interface, iterable interface, will provide you a method, but this method is of abstract type. Okay, it is the duty of this ArrayList class to implement this method. And why it is the duty of this ArrayList class? Because it is implementing this internally. So it implements, ArrayList class will implement this iterable interface internally. So the definition of this method, iterator method, will be provided in this class. Okay, so definition will be definition of iterator method provided in this class. So is it clear as of now? Then I will proceed forward. Let me write it here. This is a class. Is it clear to you all? Then I will proceed. Okay. Okay, so let me do like this. Suppose if I will create an array list, suppose in bracket I am writing integer, so this array list will able to store only integer value. If you try to store string value, then it will throw an error. So this is the reason that we are providing this integer here. Okay, then I will write, suppose my object name is a list equals to new array list. Okay, and then I will simply write integer here as well, so that this array list have the capability to store only integer value. And suppose it is throwing an error, so I will import this package. This is a package, and inside this package there is the class array list. Okay, so I have imported that package. Suppose in this I have some method like a.add. Suppose I will add one, so, and then I will write I am adding 2, and then I will write 3, and I will write 4. Okay, so I have added 4 element, and as you know from the previous session that we can use for each loop easily to print these 4 values. So I will simply write what I will write integer here. Okay, if I execute this, you will see that 1 2 3 4 is printed in the output, which is fine. So here, as of now, I think you all are clear, because you have just attended the yesterday's session where you have got to know that how to use for each loop. Okay, okay, so I will use one more concept which is called iterator. Okay, so first of all, let me comment this. So I have commented this. So suppose as I have already told you, you can see on the diagram that this is the class. ArrayList is a class which will going to implement this iterator method, okay, of interface. So you know it has implemented internally. This is one point. So if you have the object of this array class, then you can simply call this method, because you know that with the help of object we can call all the class method. So what I will write, you can see I already have this ArrayList object. I will simply write object dot iterator. See, this is the one I was talking about. Let me first use this. Okay, so let me also show you what is the coding behind this. Okay, so if I click this and then this, okay, it is not going inside. Okay, so you can see this ArrayList class has provided this implementation of the iterator method. See, this is the this is our iterator, okay, not this. This is our iterator method, which do not have any coding implementation, but this ArrayList class has provided the definition of this iterator method, and how the definition will look like you can see here. Okay, you can see it is just simply returning us an iterator. Okay, returning in the sense, let me open the PowerPoint first, then it will be easy for you. And then if I click it, okay, so what I was saying, so this is my object a list. Okay, a list is my object, and with the help of the object I have called one method iterator, which is implemented by ArrayList class. So this is our method. Sorry for the bad writing. So this is my method. So as soon as you call this method, and suppose this is your array list, okay, assume here, let me write it, okay, let me write it here only. So this is 1. Suppose you have following elements in your array list, 1, 2, and this is 3. So we have total of 4 elements in our array list. Okay, so let me again come to Eclipse first. So you can see the whenever, as soon as we have called this method, it is returning us something. Okay, what I'm saying, as you can see, on as soon as I have called a list.iterator, it is returning us something. And what is it is returning? It is just returning us an iterator. Okay, this is an iterator. Okay, so it will return us an iterator, suppose. And moreover, if it is returning us something, then we have to catch it. Suppose if I have catch it like this. Okay, suppose as of now, suppose it has provided us the iterator. It has provided us the iterator object, and suppose this is our object. Okay, so what will happen is, because as our list will, this is our array list, you can see, and we have called this iterator method on our array list. This is our array list, so it will return us an iterator object. So iterator object will be like this. Suppose this is your iterator object, and it is sitting outside of this block. Oh, you can say your array list object. Okay, so it is outside as of now. So this is one thing. So here this object, this is an object, iterator object, you can say. So this is an object. So here this object will provide you 2 methods, which will help you in retrieving the values from the array list, and you will be able to print the output of the array list in your console. So okay, so it has 2 methods. First is it. You know that with the help of object we can call the method. So this is the object, and it has one method called hasNext. It has one method which is hasNext. This is one method, and I am going to put this method inside while loop. I will tell you later, don't worry, why we are putting this method inside while loop. As of now, let's understand that I will put this whole method in this while loop, and inside the while loop, what I will write it.next. This is also one method that is provided by this it object, you can say iterator object. This is one method, it.next. So after we, so you will, let me tell you how this piece of code is working. Then we will also come to Eclipse and we will try to execute the same. So first of all, it is here. Okay, it is outside of this block. As soon as, again I am saying, after you execute this method, iterator method, on this array list, this is your array list object and this is your array. Okay, so as soon as you execute it, it will give you an iterator object. Suppose my iterator object is it. As of now, you can give any name, but let's suppose it is it is an object, and it is sitting outside of this array list. First of all, this as soon as the while loop will start, this method, you can see this hasNext. What it will do, as soon as this will call, this object will check whether there is any element present in this list. It will check from the start. Okay, it will go like this, bottom to top. Okay, sorry, top to bottom, this way. So first of all, IT has checked this, that yes, one is there is element in the list present, so condition become true, so it will go inside the loop. See, after the execution, IT will remain here, it will not go inside this. Okay, it will remain outside. So it is just checking IT dot has next whether the element is present in the array list or not. So condition is true, one is present because one element is present. So this method, what it will do, IT dot next. As of now, you can see that IT is not pointing to any of these blocks. IT is outside. As soon as this statement will execute IT dot next, IT will start point to this first element. Okay, and if it is able to point to this element, then we can print this element as well, which is quite clear. So I will simply write system.out.println. I am writing in short, system.out.println it.next. So after that, what you will see, when the while loop will run first time. Yeah, someone is saying something. See, we are calling iterator method over this list, which is our array list. This is our array list. So it will point to this. If you use another list, then it will, sorry. Okay. Again, I am saying, let me tell you. See, this is your array list. Suppose this is my array list. So this is 1, 2. Suppose you have 3 elements. Okay, and this is my iterator object. Suppose it is my object. Okay, after I have called a list dot operator, so I will get a iterator object like this. So the has next working is like this. It will just check from top to bottom. Okay, it will go like this. It will check whether the list have any element present or not. This is the list. So it will first see the first row. It will get yes, one is present. So this statement will become true. It will return us true. So true will be present here. Okay, so after the true is present, what will happen, condition will become true, and we will come inside the while loop. So what I am saying, that do not confuse between these two, it dot next and it dot has next. After the checking of this whether the first element is present or not with the help of has next, it will remain here only. It will not go inside this first block. But if you execute it dot next, so what will happen when you execute it for the first time, it will start point to this element, first element. So this is the difference. Are you clear with it? Are you sure? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes. And if the has next method has not find any element, then it will simply false. So we will not going to execute our while loop. So this is the case. Okay. So let me also complete this. As you can see that IT was sitting outside, and when we have executed it first time, then one is printed with the help of system.out.println. So again the condition will, so as of now you can see IT is present in the first block. Let me remove this from here and let me write IT here. Okay, so IT is pointing to this first block. So again IT dot has next, it will check whether there is another element present in the list from top to bottom. Okay, top to bottom only. So yes, you can see it has checked, yes, 2 is present, one element is present. So IT will remain here after execution of this. Okay, it will not move from its block. Okay, so next element is present, so we will come inside again it dot next. So with the help of it dot next, what will happen, it will start point to this second element. Okay, so as of now it will not be here. Okay, it will be pointing to this, here is the it. So our object started pointing to second element, and if it is able to point to the second element, then we can also print this element with the help of system.out.println. So you can see 2 will be printed. Okay, so again we will come to this while loop. So the third time it dot has next, again it is pointing to this. Has next will check whether there is next element present in the list from top to bottom only. Okay, so yes, you can see that this is the element, 3 is the element present next, so condition will become true. Again we will come inside this while loop. So with the help of this it dot next, it will now start pointing to this third element. It will start pointing to this element. Okay, so again we will check while loop, and moreover it is pointing to this element, then with the help of system.out.println we can print it as well, so it will automatically print like this. Okay, so after that what will happen, again we will check this while loop. It dot has next, it will check it is here. Okay, at third position on element 3. It dot has next will check whether there is another element present in the list. You can see that another element is present, okay, in the list, which is 4. So condition become true. Again we will come inside this while loop, and you can see again I am writing it dot next here, which means it will now be pointing to this. Instead of 3, it will now point to this. Okay, so if it is pointing to this element, then with the help of system.out.println we will retrieve the value, and it dot next will print this 4 element at the end. Okay, again we will come to while loop. This time see clearly it is initially here. Okay, after while loop has executed 4 times, it come here, and it dot has next. This time it will check whether there is another element present in the list, but you can see that there are only 4 elements, so it has not found any more element present in the list, so this condition will become false. This condition will become false. So what will happen, we will simply come out of this while loop. Okay, and this this inner method will not going to execute at all, and after that our program will terminate. So this is how these two methods, has next and next, will help in retrieving the output of our from our array list. So is it clear to you all? Then I will also show you a practical way of doing it. Okay, sure. Okay, so let me open my Eclipse editor now. Okay, so here we have, I think here. So as I have told you that, let me open this code again. It is returning us something. It is returning us iterator. Okay, so you can see the return type. It is an interface. Again I am saying that this is the return type, and the return type is interface here. So to catch this iterator object, what it will return, we have to create an interface, because the return type is uh, interface. So I will go here in this class, I think. Yeah, so I have to catch this. Suppose I have my object name is it, and then okay, so you can see it is throwing one error, because it is whatever the iterator it will return, it will be of type interface. Okay, I have already shown you the return type, so we have to make one interface. We have to tell that it is of type interface, and it is just storing the integer value. And also let me import this iterator. See, there are 3 import statements are present here, but you have to import this third one, otherwise it will throw an error. Okay, so this is the iterator. Okay, so after that you can see we have whatever the iterator it is returning us, we have cached it here. Okay, in this it. So again I will write while loop, and then as you can see I have already explained you, 2 methods are there, has next, and inside system.out.println. Okay, let me write it again. One more method, it dot. Okay, so after that let me run this program first, then I will tell you what is it is happening it here again. Okay, so you can see 1 2 3 4 is printed. Earlier we were printing output like this, but this time with the help of this concept, so we are printing this. Okay, so should I explain it again, that how this is working, how it is printing it again? Anyone? A mix of data in the sense you are saying that you have to write integer here, string here. Okay. No, you cannot. You can either it should store integer. See, either it should store integer or it should store string. It cannot store integer first and then string second. It is not allowed. Okay. Okay. So why it is throwing error? Control by. So let me write it again. So is it clear to you all that how this it is working? Okay. So what is the error? Okay, I have to write integer here. I think, yeah. Okay. Everyone is clear. Then I will proceed forward. Okay. So I'm just recording this session as well. So you will, if you have any doubt, then you can again watch this session. So coming to doubt part, and Bransu has some doubt regarding hash map, right? Hello. Okay, so you were asking something like this. Okay, I am removing this as of now because this part is complete. So let me remove this as well. Not required. So you are saying that you are able to create hash map. Suppose it is storing integer. This is our key and value is string. Suppose this is uh, and suppose hash map is my object equals to new hash map, I think. Okay, new hash map. Okay, so here you can see, let me first import the package. See here also I can write, this is a class. You can see if I put my mouse, this is a class, C for class. Okay, this is a class. I can also write it like this. Let me import, this is an interface. But what will happen, you will not be able to use all the methods present in this class which are not coming from this. Okay, so but it's depend upon you that how you have to write. If you have to use the methods which are not a part of this interface, then you can write hash map here. Okay, so let me go with the hash map here only. Okay, so you were saying that suppose I have added one more integer and sorry, key and value pair, we will use put method. So this is, it is expecting as the key. Suppose value name is, Modi. Okay, and suppose put, and let me just add some dummy data, hmap dot put. Suppose 2 is Rahul Gandhi. Okay, okay, let me put one more, hmap dot put. Let me write, Kejriwal here. Let me add one more. So this time I will write 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I will write Neha and then Manmohan. Okay, so till now you know how to what I was saying, how to insert this key and value pair in hashmap with the help of put method. Okay, is it clear as of now? I hope you will be knowing it. Okay, so you were saying on classroom we have posted a query that you were able to print the value of key. This is our key, but you are not able to print the this value. Okay, is it the question? Okay. Okay. Okay, let me first. Okay, you have also one more question that you have to use it in the different class. Okay, so let me first explain. Okay, okay, okay. Let me first. What I will do. Set. First of all, as you know that if we have to iterate over this, what I will say, if you have to iterate over hash map, we have to first use a method key set. I hope you all knowing it. Dot. Uh, which is key set. Okay, this is the method. It will return you the all the keys in the form of set. So what will happen if I use key set? Okay, and I will write set st. Okay, so okay, now with the help of for each loop I can write. Okay, so I will simply write system.out.println. Okay, I will write system.out.println and then hmm, first of all we have to print the key. Integer is our key. Okay, so what will happen by this? All the keys 1 2 3 4 5 are our key will be stored here in this object as a set. And after that what you will do with the help of for each loop, you are getting one by one value from this set to this integer variable, and you are simply printing this integer here. So if I execute this program, you will see 1 2 3 4 5 in your output. Let me try this first. So this is the key it has printed. Okay, but you have one more requirement that what you have to do, you have to print value as well. So to print the value, we have one more method, okay, which is hmap. This is our object dot get. So you can see get object. This will be used to get the key value. Also you can see here returns the value to which the specified key is mapped. Means it is expecting us to pass the key here. So as you can see, first time 1 is printed because integer has 1. Okay, why it is getting error, throwing error? Sorry, I have written. Okay, I have not concatenated it. Okay, so let me first run, then I will explain. See, you can see it is able to print key value pair with the help of this for each loop. So this is how you can uh, print all the integer, print all the key value pair with the help of for each loop. So this is how you have to do Anbrasu. Okay, so what was your next question? Index. Okay, okay. So actually they have already provided us some ready-made method. Okay, you can, what you have to do. Okay, so this till now it is clear that how this is working. Okay, let me first debug it, otherwise it will be confusing. Then we will come as well to another question. Let me, okay, till now it will store key value pair. You can see on the right hand side, this is key. Okay, let me expand this. Key is integer. If you see the value of this is 1. Value of this is Modi. Okay, Modi ji has stored in our hash map, and then after that you can see this 2 is Rahul Gandhi. So Rahul Gandhi, you can see he will never be able to become number one, because as of now Modi ji is there, so Rahul Gandhi is stored there. Okay, likewise there are like Kejriwal will going to add third value. So this is our hash map, you can see on the right hand side. Okay, after that what will happen? If I, you can see this hash map is our object. This is our object look like. Okay, I am here just trying to expand only one. Okay, so you can see the value is 1 and Modi. So what will, after we will execute this statement, it will return the return as an object, and that object will contain all the key value. This is the key value, all the key value in the form of set. Okay, so what will happen if I execute this? As of now you can see it do not have any value, but as soon as I execute it, you can see it has returned us not returned, it contains all the key. See, 1 is the key, 2nd is the key, 3rd is the key, 4 is the key, 5 is the key. So these are the 5 keys which we have retrieved. And now what we are doing with the help of for each loop, I am just simply retrieving all the key values present here. So I will first retrieve 1. You can see 1 is the key value. So 1 will come here for the first time in integer. 1 will come here, and here I am saying get me the value present at 1. Okay, so let me execute this quickly. You can see 1 is present. 1 is present here. Okay, who is, okay, so wait a minute. So I am saying you can see 1 will come here, 1 will come here. So this will print 1 first, and after that you have provided some space, and this is saying that get me the value present at integer, present at index 1. So it will print Modi. So see, 1 and Modi is printed. After that again we will execute. This time what will happen? Second value will be retrieved from this st. Second value is 1. You can see on the second index, sorry, not 1, it is 2. On the second index 2 will come here. So in place of integer 2 will come. You can see 2 will come here, and you are saying that this is my index, 2 is my index, and get me the value present at this key. So Rahul Gandhi will be printed in the output. Okay, so likewise after that integer will have 3, so third value will be printed 3 and Kejriwal. After that it will execute again 4 and Neha. Okay, in the output. After that again we will execute it for the last time, and what we will do, it will have 5 here. Okay, integer will have 5. You can see. Okay, so get me the value present at the index 5. This value will become 5. Okay, at runtime. So after that it will simply print 1 more, and after that what will happen, as this for loop will not terminate, and we will come out of this for loop and our program will end. So this is how this is working. Okay, I have shown you in debug mode so that you have a better clarity over the concept. Okay, so after that Anbrasu was asking that if I have to remove the particular element, suppose I have to remove Rahul Gandhi. Okay, we will not going to remove Modi, but we should definitely remove Rahul Gandhi from our hash map. So how we can do hmap, this is our object, and there is one more method called remove. See, this is the method. If you use, what you have to do is just pass the index, sorry, not index, this is key. 2 is the key of Rahul Gandhi. Okay, so I was saying, if you use this method, with the help of this method, this value will be removed from this hash map. And if you try to print it, let me also print it. Let me write hash map before deletion, and here I will write hash map after deletion of Rahul Gandhi. Okay, so let me print array list here as well. Sorry, not array list, it is hash map. So what will happen? Okay, so you can see, okay, I think it should work fine. I think let's try whether it is working correctly or not. Okay, see, you can see it has worked correctly. Hash map before deletion. Okay, these were our key value pair. Hash map after deletion of Rahul Gandhi. So this Rahul Gandhi has been removed from our hash map. So this is, you can use this remove method to uh, delete one element from our hash map with the help of key. Okay, is Anbarasu here? Yeah, he is here. So is it clear? Hello. Okay, I think Anbarasu has some poor connection. Maybe he is not able to hear me. So I hope. Okay, so anyone have any issues in this? Sanjeevi. Okay, Sanjeevi. I think Sanjeevi has joined again. So I think people do not have any doubt. I am assuming because. Okay, so thank you everyone for attending today's session. I hope that. Okay, let me get some more information. So someone wants to speak. Amruta. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining this class, and I hope I have made some of the concepts clear to you. Okay, so see you all again, and I have already recorded the session, so I will be sharing the recording by today by today end of the day. Okay. Okay, thank you everyone.